someone is nice enough to point out what poison oak is. So it's the little 3 leaves I have to watch out for. Good morning. Looks like we're starting the morning with a river crossing. Here's the first decent river crossing of the day. Looking like a pro getting across. And that was rainbow sherbet, showing how it's done. Good morning, it is day 11. Yesterday was pretty cool. Whipped out a quick 2.5 miles in 40 minutes or 45. Basically hung out at the Warner Springs Resource Centre for 7 hours. Had a good meal for the school fundraiser, spaghetti, and then I left at 4. And actually really enjoyed the afternoon. I'm glad I left. Nice mixed terrain. And then near the end started climbing and dropped down to beside this cute little river stream, and ended up camping with a trail family. So trail families are groups of people that get together and end up hiking for long periods of time together, helping each other out, camping together and that. Lovely bunch. Very inclusive of me, unlike some tightly formed groups who stick to themselves. They are really friendly and open. So we crammed into a tent site, nice and close, tents touching. One guy cowboy camped. And this morning we're off. So there's a few people around me. Today water is going to be an issue. It's going to be 14 miles to get to Mike's place. There's a guy who has done some water, and then another long stretch to get to Mary's place. So I think we're going to do a bit of climbing today. Good day. Looks like a very slippery log to try and get across. This is the benefits of hiking poles. Hey, this is starting to grow the fruit. I think this is a prickly pear. Looks similar to what I saw in Syria. I learnt the lesson. Never handle the prickly pear with your bare hands, because the fruit has teeny little spikes that are very hard to see, and they actually get stuck right in your hands, and it takes weeks to try and get them out again. And another new flower. Look at that. I think it's looking like that while it's waiting for the sun to come up, but that's pretty. This is a really neat little bit of track, and the stream's just running beside us. The track's a lot rougher, nice rocks to clamber over. Yeah, nice and fun. I think we're about to keep climbing up beside the stream for a few miles and then head off way up into the hills. Good way to start the morning. These flowers are everywhere. Oh, here's another different one. Love these little red ones though. Alright, enough flowers on the trail. Judging by this, And judging by the morning press up, someone used to be in the military.
Military man, still in it, but the funny thing is that's not mine. Yeah, right? 2, 3! Good morning!
Morning! Hey, it's water again.
Good morning!
Thought I was done with the flowers, but that's pretty cool. I don't know if it was the new type of breakfast drink that I had, or the rest day yesterday, but I'm feeling really good today, in a really good mood, which is great. Looking forward to today. This is fun, another river crossing. At least they've all got logs and things to get across. There's the daily yucca, the old and the new. Here's another new flower. They look like orchids, I think. Anyway, now I can get the view. The flats way back there. That's where I was at the start of yesterday. It's a good view of the river valley, or streamed valley, that we've been following. Whew, I think I'm leaving the stream now. Heading up the hill. I can see a track up ahead and the sun up there. This is beautiful. I'm in the shade at the moment. It was nice, but when you look out into where the sun is, beautiful views. This is such a neat morning. Once again, the trail, it's got beautiful scenery, lovely trail. I just noticed a guy in front of me, long sleeves, long trousers, gloves and a beanie, and I am shorts, sleeves rolled up and sweating. Funny how people feel temperature differently. This was a nice little spot to have a rest. I can hear water, so I'm wondering if the trail is going to cross the stream that's just down there. There was a sign for water, but it looked like you had to go downhill quite a way, and I'm still good for water, so I didn't bother. So this is a pretty cool view. All the hill climbing is worth it when you get to see views like this. Lovely rocky terrain. That's the path I've just come on. Had a great day. There is water here, but it's pretty looking water, but I wouldn't want to have to drink it. But if you were desperate, there it is. We've climbed a long way. When you look down, that's the valley I was in this morning, but we're away on the other side of that big hill. Beautiful being up this high. Loving these views and these rocks. I mean, look at the patterns on the rocks. Just how they've been formed. Just beautiful. These rocks. Those are cool. Transition from the green to the not so green. It's quite sudden. Just on the other side of the creek, and now less vegetation and shorter vegetation. This area is all big rocks. It's quite neat winding through these big rocks. This is so cool. Look at those rocks up there. This lizard's not at all concerned about me. Hello, Mr. Lizard. Wow, he is letting me get really close. There you go. 200 kilometers done. It seemed easier than Norway, but not as easy as Te Araroa, which is interesting because it's a lot flatter here. Maybe it's because I'm older, but yeah, hey, 200 kilometers. Oh, it's so sad. It's a dead lizard. Beautiful colours underneath, but look at that! Oranges and lollies, pepper, sugar, and not sure what these are. Rituals, whatever that is. Thank you very much, Trail Angels of Lost Valley Scout Reserve. Oh, this orange is so good. Fresh fruit is always much welcomed, so thank you very much to those Trail Angels who left the chili bin full of oranges. We've just done a nice downhill and now it's another uphill. For some reason I'm puffed on this one. I've also this morning been having issues with my shins are really tight, so I've been stretching them out a lot, and it's not lasting as long the stretches as it has in the previous few days. So just need to make sure I really shorten my stride. I've loosened off my shoes and keep stretching. Maybe puffing, but I'm still admiring the lovely view. Oh, there's a house over there. Civilization! So that civilization I just commented on, that's Mike's place. I completely overshot and missed the sign, and the next water is in 20 miles, which I can't last that long, so I have to go all the way back down this hill to get to Mike's place. This is Mike's place. He's good enough to provide water for us because the next stretch is 20 miles. There is one water source in between, but there's been some really bad reports about it. Now I'm going to go down and check out Mike's place. You need to put the board across to show that there's someone here. Number one's that way, number two's this way, and you can go together if you want. Very romantic. So a lot of people spend the night here. I think they're probably going to do pizzas tonight, but I'm not going to stay around. I'm going to move on. Fantastic place. I had no idea how I missed that big sign, but I did. This looks familiar. I'm sure I've been here before. So I left Mike's place 3 o'clock, past the Trail Magic, and I'm heading back up the hill I've already been up. This time though, my pack's even heavier. The next reliable water source is 20 miles, so that's 32 kilometers. So I'm carrying 4.5 liters of water, and that's pretty heavy. as well as I still have 5 dinners, 4 breakfasts, 4 lunches and 4 days of snacks. So my pack is a lot heavier than it has been. Mike's place is pretty cool. Mike wasn't there, so it's just the hikers hanging out. He'll be back later and they might do pizza, but I didn't want to stay. Had a long rest day in Warner Springs, so I don't really need another rest. But I did stay there 2 hours, just chilling out, ate lunch, talking to other hikers. And it's all the hikers I've met before and been coming across on the trail. So it was a neat time. Oh, this hill is harder this time. That'll serve me right. I really don't know how I missed that sign. So I'm only going to go another probably 3 miles. So 6-7 kilometers, if that, and find a camp spot. And hopefully out of the wind, because the wind has really picked up. So going to be a windy night, I think. And the important news, I now have a trail name. My trail name is Homemade, because of making my own pack and other things, so I am now Homemade. Trail names are basically just nicknames that you pick up on the trail, and that's all you are known by once you have your name. And it's usually related to something personal about you. It could be something funny you did, could be what you wear, could be where you're from, just anything that's personal to you. Some of them are hilarious, some of them not so much. So I'm quite happy with Homemade. Not too extreme, not too boring. It's better than Kiwi, as it was almost going to become mine by default. And Blue, because I'm wearing a lot of blue, but thankfully there's another person by that name already. So yeah, I think it's a nice unique trail name. This is a big hill. I should have looked at the map to realise how much climbing. I've already climbed a lot and it's still going up to that saddle up there. Thankfully the gradient is fairly easy, so there's no one in sight. I think the early crowd that were at Mike's have all left. The ones that stayed at the creek last night are all at Mike's, and other people will probably be leaving Warner's Springs about now. So there's a big gap with no people. I have the trail to myself. Woohoo! This is the first campsite option, and it's a nice flat spot, but it's really windy, so I'm going to keep going along the hill and then dropping down. Fire damage on that tree. Pretty hardy that some of it managed to stay alive. It's the first time that I have seen grey clouds, and they're coming over that hill. So I'm wondering if we're in for some rain tonight. Now it's down, down, down. Sure to be a whole lot of switchbacks in and out. You can see one going around that little hill there. So it's quite a big drop now, and I think when I get almost to the bottom of the drop, that's where I'll be looking for a campsite.